Okay.
Welcome, guests and members, and those of you that are zooming in tonight. My name is Lynn Castle. I'm Executive Director here at the Art Museum of Southeast Texas. We are pleased to debut this exhibit of all new work by Delita Martin on view, Delita Martin Conjure on view through May 23rd. I want to thank my AMSET Board of Trustees and our advisory board for their unflagging support of our programs. I also want to thank my incredible staff who work so hard. Their commitment to this institution is unsurpassed. Don't forget, if you're not a member, to consider joining the museum tonight. We're always pleased to have new members at the museum, and it starts with $25 for seniors, goes all the way up to $1,000 for President's Club members. So Kathy Hendricks over here will be happy to take your membership form. And we also have a table with mugs and books available from Delita. So I want to pick up a little souvenir on your way out as well. This exhibition was generously funded in part by the Adarin Foundation, the National Endowment for the Arts, the Texas Commission on the Arts, the Garth Family Partnership in memory of Mary Jane Garth and Harriet Garth, the City of Beaumont, the Wesley W. Washburn, MD, and Lulu Smith, MD Endowment Fund, and the C. Homer and Edith Fuller Chambers Charitable Foundation. Additional funding is provided by Rob Clark and Jerry Thacker, Tootsie Crutchfield, and Caitlin Derler. To find out more about the National Endowment for the Arts and grants that impact individuals and communities, please visit their website at www.arts.nea.arts.gov. Also, to continue the excitement, we will have a virtual panel discussion planned for tomorrow at 2 p.m. The Zoom link is posted on our website, which is www.AMSET, which is the acronym for the Art Museum of Southeast Texas.org. And also, Yolanda at the front desk has the Zoom links. So if you wanted to snap a quick picture with your phone, you'll have the Zoom link on your phone, and then you can easily get in tomorrow. And we will have, in the panel discussion, we'll feature Rue, which is a Houston-based artist collective of Rebea Bayin, Ann Johnson, Delita Martin, and Lovey Olivia. And they will address artistic experiences of women of color residing in the American South. This program is made possible in part by a grant from Humanities Texas, the state affiliate of the National Endowment for the Humanities. And now I'm going to turn it over to our curator of exhibitions, Caitlin Clay, who's going to introduce our artist.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for the opening of Delita Martin Conjure. We're so glad that you could join us either in person or virtually. So most of you here know Delita, but for some of our virtual viewers, I'd like to introduce her. Delita Martin is an artist currently based in Huffman, Texas. She received a BFA in drawing from Texas Southern University and an MFA in printmaking from Purdue University. Formerly a member of the Fine Arts faculty at University of Arkansas, Little Rock, Delita currently works as a full-time artist in her studio, Black Box Press. Delita's work explores the reconstruction of the identity of Black women through the use of signs, symbols, and language used throughout history and in everyday life. She draws on imagery that spans from slavery through modern time, and she has created a visual language that intimately tells the story of women who have often been marginalized, offering a different perspective of the lives of Black women. Delita's monoprints have been exhibited both nationally and internationally. Her work toured the country from 2016 to 2017 in the Crystal Bridges Museum exhibition, State of the Arts, Discovering American Art Now, which included 101 artists from across the United States. In 2015, she was featured in the International Review of African American Art, as one of 16 African-American artists to watch who are gaining national and international recognition. Delita Martin, Calling Down the Spirits, was held at the National Museum of Women in the Arts in 2020 and was Delita's first solo museum exhibition. Her work is also represented in numerous portfolios and collections, including Crystal Bridges Museum, Studio Museum in Harlem, National Museum of Art, National Museum of Women in the Arts, and the Minnesota Museum of American Art, just to name a few. And so without further ado, I'd like to welcome our artist, Delita Martin.
I'd like to thank you all for coming tonight, this evening. I appreciate it so much. I'd love to thank the museum for having me. This is such a beautiful space. Caitlin and Lynn and everyone that worked with you, worked on your team, has done an incredible job to put this exhibition together, and I am greatly appreciative of that. I have spent the last year and a half working on Conjure, and it has been an incredible experience considering, everything that we've been going through. It has not so much as really changed my practice because I live in my studio practically, but it has been a time of reflection on who I am as a person, who I am, as a mother, as a wife, as a woman, as a Black woman, just my humanity in general. And I began to think about those things and thinking about the women that I knew and how I wanted to talk about the magic of the spirit that we have within us to get us through the times that we're in, and the spirit that's been passed down from generation to generation to each of us. So a lot of the women that you see in the work, and I'm also in some of the pieces, I got to know these women during the quarantine and the pandemic, and it has been incredible. They have been a wonderful circle of sisterhood. We've shared many stories, and we've shared, many intimate conversations. And there's this conjuring of magic that was taking place in these conversations and these interactions. Even though we were miles apart, we were together in spirit. And I wanted to bring that spirit into the work. And I spent the last year and a half of my life doing that. And so to stand in this room and look at the faces of the women that, you call up in the middle of the night, or, you call up early in the morning, and it's like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Did you hear about what happened? To stand up in this space and remember those moments and remember that time, it's overwhelming for me. Those are some very powerful moments, and like I said, I wanted to bring that into the work, and I hope that you're able to see that tonight in some of these pieces. So again, thank you for coming. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
So walk around and enjoy the exhibit. I'm sure Delita will answer questions if you have any for her.